What's up there, YouTube? TDG Yu-Gi-Oh here, giving you guys a deck profile for my Tri-Brigade Lyrilusc deck. Took it to a case tournament this past weekend and took top 8. Wanted to give you guys the list. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys are looking for a safe place to play Yu-Gi-Oh, we are starting to do TDG tournaments on Facebook. All final matches will be recorded and placed on the YouTube channel so that everyone can analyze how the metagame is shifting. With that being said, I'd like to get right into the deck profile. So, first things first, I played Triple Cat, one of the best cards in the game. Then we played Triple Fractal, Triple Karis, Double Kit, and Double Nerval. So this was probably the best ratio in my opinion. Sometimes you miss the third Nerval, but honestly it didn't really affect too much. You should kill them before you have to go to your third Nerval or lose, one or the other. So for the Lyrilusc engine, I played the 3 turquoise, 1 sapphire, 1 cobalt. You don't really want to see these, you'd rather just search them. With that being said, this engine is absolutely insane. The plays you can do are pretty much endless, but they all end in Big Bird, so. This is the bird statue, you gotta play it. Just lock people out of the game. I opted not to play Apex. I don't feel like it was a mistake. I love Apex, but most of the time, you're winning. And plus, I played some other tech cards that made the barrier statue just a little bit better. So for hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Gamma, and 1 Driver. This was perfect. I'm probably going to opt to main 3 Nibiru, just because of the way the format's shifting. Nibiru plus Gamma can really put in the work against a lot of players too, so pretty strong. And finally, we have the spells. So I feel like a lot of my tech choices is what helped me do a lot better than the other people playing Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade today. So let's just get into that. So 3 Tenki, that's pretty standard. But the card that's not pretty standard is this. I played double Book of Moon. Book of Moon is absolutely phenomenal this format. In the Shadal matchup, you can flip down the Winda. In Zodiac, you can flip down their Zoo. If they have Eldritch, they flip the Conquistador, you flip the Eldritch down, and then boom, the Conquistador doesn't destroy anything, vice versa with the Hakiero. It also it stops a lot with the statue. You can turn your own statue off by flipping your own statue face down, continue to special summon monsters you wouldn't normally be able to summon, like Access Code Talker, and then flip him back up, locking your opponent out of the game again. Another thing you can do is if your opponent declares an attack on your statue, most of the time they're normal summoning there. You can just flip the book, flip their monster face down, and put them in a pretty precarious position because now they've used their normal summon, expecting to swing over a barrier statue, and you said, nope, I'm going to book it. This was probably one of the mistakes I made of playing today. Airborne Assault. Love the card in other variants. This variant doesn't really need it, though. As much as I loved it, this just didn't do what I wanted it to do all day. It did pull me out of a couple sticky situations, but most of the time it was just sitting in my hand like, oh god, why am I playing this card? So I don't have droplets, tactics, or super expensive spell cards right now because my stimulus check hasn't hit. So, I play the 1 for 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Feather Duster, and 1 Called by the Grave. I feel like I would be playing these cards even if I did have droplets. Of course, I'd still play droplets, but or the pot. This card is just absolutely phenomenal right now. Super strong card. All of them are probably the best one-ofs you could be playing in the deck. I'd probably end up playing droplets if I felt like putting them in, but I just don't, so. Next up, for the traps, I played 4 traps today. I didn't play Oath. That was the mistake I feel like I made. I feel like, in hindsight, I would cut the Airborne Assault and play Oath, but I didn't, so. Triple Revolt, though. This card is insane. So a lot of the times, I'm sure a lot of other Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade players feel the same way. A lot of the times it'll feel like they'll break our board and then we're top decking, which sucks. You don't really want that. So this is one of those cards that kind of helps us get out of that, because being able to summon a Sure Egg on their turn and then search off the Nerval and use the kit to send something is madness. This card is insane. Even if you just need to summon the Ferret with a Nerval just to get another search so that you can go into access code the following turn. I feel like this card is a mandatory 3-of. If you could play Return from the Different Dimension, wouldn't you? That's my logic with this card. So, this card is awesome. This card put in so much work today for recovery. There were games I should have lost, but because of this card, I didn't. So with that being said, highly recommend 3 of this card. And finally, this was one of my tech choices. This was more so a local meta call. We have a lot of trap decks in our local meta. We have Dogmatica, we have Zodiac Eldritch, we have this Lich, that Lich, every kind of Eldritch. So I just felt like Red Reboot was the right call. Probably would side it in like a premier event if those existed in COVID, but honestly, I loved it in the main deck today. It came in clutch even against PK Fire. So next up, I'm going to go into the side deck. Pretty standard. 3 Bell, 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 Nibiru, and 3 Drolin Lockbird. We were playing the old format, so this is what I opted to decide. The only thing I feel like I would change is in the new format, Droll would be Lancia, and that's pretty much it. That would be all I would really change. So super strong side deck though. Everything came in clutch all day. So, it was really good. I might opt to main the Nibiru too in the new format. So, we'll just have to see when I revise it. I'll upload a revised version for the current format. So, for the Tri-Brigade links, I played the 2 Shurig, 2 Ferret, and of course the 1 Rugal. A lot of people don't opt to play Rugal. If you're playing Revolt, you kind of have to. He really does put in the work, being able to bring back your Tri-Brigades or your Beasts or even just a Nerval and then it going back to your hand. Any Tri-Brigade really, get your Fractal back and then it bounces back to your hand, is pretty damn strong. So I feel like these ratios are correct. Double Ferret I feel is definitely necessary. It helps you fix a lot of plays when they hand trap you playing 2 of them. So next up we have the Link Karibo and the Ancient Warriors. This is to protect your barrier statue and to outdumb stuff. And then we have the Harpy Conductor. I mean, she helps you correct plays as well. Let's say you just didn't get there. Maybe you opened like Kara's Kit and you just can't push anymore. So you're just like, screw it, I'll banish, make the Conductor, and then link this and the Karis off to make the Simorg. Like, sometimes she's just necessary. Once again, she helps you play through hand traps, so I feel like you absolutely have to play her. So for the Link 3s, this is the card that I misplayed with. My opponent had played Invocation. He had a Pakalone in grave and Alistair on the field, and another monster in graveyard, and I was like, dang, I really don't know what I'm gonna hit here. And completely forgetting Algettes existed, I decided to not shuffle back anything like a dumbass and let him resolve the Invocation and get Algettes for the loss. So that was on me. Next, we're playing the Big Bird, so we can take them to Sesame Street, lock them out of the game, and teach them their ABCs. 1 Nightmare Unicorn. This card came in clutch today too. Just being able to spin stuff and then make the access code climb was pretty important. 1 Appaloosa. She helps you play through Nibiru. 1 Access Code Talker, because he helps you end games and once again recover, which that is this deck's biggest issue, is recovery. You guys are going to notice I did not opt to play the Zeus package, because Zeus is really, really strong, don't get me wrong, but this deck, once again, recovery is its biggest issue, and sometimes Zeus isn't enough, so I felt like opting to play those extra Link monsters really helped me have an edge in certain matchups. So, not saying Zeus is wrong, just I would prefer to play the extra Link monsters. So then we have the 1 Recital Starling and the 1 Omega. This is because, I play the Gamma package, being able to stop Ash or stop Bell, etc., and then summon this guy and rip another card out of their hand, potentially another hand trap, is really strong. Returning your banished cards back to your graveyard is pretty important. Recital for the combos. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Really love this deck. It's probably my favorite combo deck for the format. I would definitely recommend it to players that enjoy combo decks right now, especially if you enjoy locking your opponent out of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! This is probably the deck for you. So with that being said, at the beginning of the video, I kind of give a little plug to our Facebook group, TDG Tournaments. It just started. I will put the link in the description below. Check that place out. If you guys are looking for a safe place to play in the current format, or maybe your locals is not doing remote duels at all, this would be a good group for you. We're going to be doing box tournaments and case tournaments. Right now there's a double box tournament in there. free tournaments every month with actual prizes. And with that being said, I would really enjoy to help get that community to grow so we can continue to play and figure out this meta just a little bit better. With that being said, this is TDG Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing off.